this was a really good show, and I think the biggest news and the news that I'm most excited about coming out of the show is that the main event of Bound for Glory has been set. It will be Josh Alexander cashing in his X Division Championship using Option C, and he'll take on Christian Cage in the main event for the World Heavyweight Title. Bound for Glory, man. I'm super pumped about that one.
Yeah, I mean, it's the match I think we've all wanted. Well, actually, originally we wanted Kenny Omega and Josh Alexander at Bound for Glory, but as we can see, why they're not going to do that match because of the Brian Danielson coming in AEW, and I can see why they did what they did now. But Christian's great. He's been a good world champion so far, I think, and I think they're going to have a just an awesome match at that pay per view. I think it's a must see, worth your money to watch it, to spend it,
Mhm.
to buy it.
Yeah. Again, I really wanted to see the Omega match. I thought that that would have been probably one of the great matches in Impact history. Not that this match, Cage and Alexander won't be great. I think that it will be. I thought that it would have been at another level with Omega. And especially because of the heat there, with Omega being like the outsider, you know, with the championship, super cocky. You got the babyface heel dynamic, which I would have appreciated. And yeah, I completely understand why AEW did what they did. I know that Adam Page had to be pulled from All Out, and so they did some quick thinking and they utilized their partnerships to make a pretty good angle with Christian Cage to create a main event for All Out that worked out pretty well for them. And so, and then you get Christian Cage coming back to Impact, and he's one of the all-time great Impact legends, and he's not really being treated as an outsider.
No.
So there's no real heat there other than respect, and I think that they'll start to build that feud. And really, they were really building it the last 2 weeks, starting when Cage asked Alexander to be one of his partners in the 10-man tag, and then in the 10-man tag this week. Alexander kind of went in and stole the victory out from underneath Cage, and then they kind of small fun confrontation between two respected rivals. Which was kind of nice. I was like, okay, yeah, they're definitely going to be doing that match. I knew at that moment that's what was going on. And then tonight, it was super intense when Alexander came out, and our buddy JD happened to be there, and he was so excited about it. He went ahead and sent the spoiler in my DMs, like, and he sent me a picture. I was actually thinking of using that picture as kind of our headline for the show, but unfortunately the ropes kind of blocked him a little bit. But he had some pretty good seats for the match. They taped it actually last night, um,
I was looking
which
for him. I couldn't
yeah.
find him.
Yeah, no, they had him hidden. They get all the dirty media members. They try to keep him out of the view of the camera, unless
Yeah.
unless there's Sean Ross Sapp apparently, who was all over that last pay per view.
Oh, was
And
he? I don't even. I don't
yeah,
even know what it looks like half the time. So.
all right, yeah, yeah. But so I really dug the moment between the two of them after Cage got the victory over Ace Austin with Alexander coming out and just kept it short and sweet and simple and to the point. Raise the title belt, say option. I'm cashing in option C, Bound for Glory. Let's do it. And the crowd just erupted as they should have. And I think the internet is a buzz. This is one of those matches where the hardcore fans, the old faithful wrestling fans, like the guys that have been wrestling fans for a very long time, who have a deep respect for the business, and then there's those that maybe haven't known who Josh Alexander is. They're starting to learn about him this year just through his matches on the indie scene and an Impact. I think this is a match that's going to be pleasing absolutely everybody. So I think they hit a home run, and they have Alexander's really the only guy that they have in the company right now that's been built up over time with an actual long winning streak that looks like he's ready to take the company over as the top guy coming up very soon.
I agree. They've been really protecting him really well. He's been a great X Division champion. That match with Jake something was fantastic, and I think he's ready to go. I think they have him ready. I think the people want to see it, and I hope people check it out because like Impact's been doing some good stuff. I know like this last couple weeks for me, the bill has been kind of wonky, but when it comes to the bigger shows, they've been pretty good. Other than maybe Homecoming because it was kind of a gimmick thing, but overall though, before that, solid shows leading up to this, and I think Bound for Glory is going to be a hell of a card. I'm curious to see what surprises they're gonna have, any special matches or promoting different promotions being involved. So we'll see.
Mhm. Yeah, yeah, we'll see. I'll give everybody a 3 second head start. I'm gonna go no, non-match spoiler here. Non-match spoilers coming up. So I do know that Christopher Daniels was backstage. I don't know that he was actually wrestling, but he's involved in Impact somehow. I don't know in what capacity. So maybe that could lead something to Bound for Glory. Also, El Phantasmo's around right now at the Impact taping, so maybe we get to see him at Bound for Glory. I know Taiji Ishimori is going to be in town around that same time. He's the former X Division champion. He has wrestled many times in Impact back when Impact had a relationship with Noah,
Yeah.
and then even then whenever he switched over to New Japan still let him come and do a series of shows, even though that they weren't really on the best of terms at the time. So I could see Ishimori coming in. I know that the Gorillas of Destiny have been rumored to be taking on the Good Brothers, but that's gonna be pretty difficult given that they're in the G1 right now,
Yeah.
and the G1 it ends pretty close to when Bound for Glory starts. So it is humanly possible for them to do it. I don't know how feasible it is, but it is possible. So um, we'll see how the rest of the card checks out. But look, at the top of the card, you got Alexander and Chris Sabin, or not, sorry, Chris Sabin. I just got to watch that match. You got Alexander and Christian Cage, and then you probably in that co-main event slot, you got Peraza and Mickey James. I think that's a hell of a 1-2 punch right there.
Yeah, and they've been building up that match, the women's title match, really well as well. So that's been good. I think it's going to be a big pay per view.